Coming up on National Focus, we have the details of the observation of National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving, Dominica's tourism policy and master plan to be reviewed, and 7 young ladies chosen to compete in the Miss Dominica pageant 2013.
Hello, I'm Pearl Fontaine.
And I'm Tarnia Green. Welcome to National Focus. Stay with us as we bring you the details of these and other stories when National Focus returns.
The Ministry of Tourism on Monday began work on the development of a current tourism policy and a review of the island's tourism master plan. The tourism policy's timeframe ended in 2010, and the tourism master plan was developed before the global financial crisis. The Ministry of Tourism is receiving support in this process from the European Commission through the Office of the National Authorizing Officer. The firm of CHL Consulting has been appointed to establish a national tourism policy for 2020, review and update the Tourism Master Plan of 2005 to 2015, and formulate a corporate strategy and action plan for the Discover Dominica Authority. Stakeholders will be consulted through a series of consultations organized by the Ministry of Tourism. The planned consultations will be fundamental to the elaboration of a policy plan and action program. The policy is expected to reflect the tourism industry's views on the targets for the tourism sector, the preservation of Dominica's environment, and the optimization of the social and economic benefits from tourism to the country.
And Dominica, as a small island developing state, has been told that more could be done to sufficiently benefit from the Economic Partnership Agreement, the EPA. The Economic Partnership Agreement, which was signed in October 2008, signaled a new era of trade relations between the European Union and the Caribbean Forum of African, Caribbean and Pacific States, CARIFORUM. Head of the EU delegation to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Ambassador Valeriano Diaz, says while most Caribbean countries have not realized great benefits from the EPA, Dominica has been able to make some headway by way of duty-free concessions on exports to Europe.
The good thing about, for instance, Dominica and the sugar-producing country also is that from day one they have been able to continue exporting to Europe duty-free and quota-free. And because of the WTO ruling that you're probably familiar with, by which the preferential arrangement that the European Union had with this banana-producing country, for instance, was stopped because the WTO decided to discontinue that. So the European Union offered the banana-producing countries the EPA as an instrument to guarantee that they could continue exporting quota-free and duty-free.
Ambassador Diaz is recommending that Dominica do more to partner with the more developed countries in the area of tourism.
It's more about finding the ways on how the developed countries in Europe that are power in tourism, they are important in tourism, can exchange services in that particular sector, expertise, for instance, without any barrier, that they can move around, they can send experts, that people from Dominica can go and be trained or get a certain expertise in these countries without any difficulties. Okay, go there on a temporary basis because the restrictions are not there, and the partnership agreement provides for that.
Speaking on the wider Caribbean region, Ambassador Diaz noted that progress on the EPA has been slow.
It has had a slow start. Why? Because some of the Caribbean countries, in my opinion, have not had the opportunity to see the immediate benefits, because the export of goods of this country, the supply side, has been limited. Some of the countries in the Caribbean have jumped into the opportunity, and already they have benefited enormously from the agreement, which, by the way, doesn't cover only goods, but also investments and services. And you here have the tourism sector that can benefit a lot from that, and also the investment sector, which is, as you know, crucial for these small island states, always lacking capital funds. So the potential is huge. The benefit that have been obtained so far, I would say, are limited. The dismantling of the tariff is taking place slowly.
The EPA provides the opportunity for the region to build a framework that will allow it to compete in a liberalized global economy where a competitive environment is necessary for survival.
And in more news, Rayshawn Eunice, a student of the Grand Forks Primary School, was awarded $200 for being a finalist in this year's Florida Caribbean Cruise Association poster competition. On Monday, representatives of the Discover Dominica Authority made the financial presentation to Rayshawn during a ceremony at his school. Rayshawn is happy that the competition provided him with an opportunity to expose his talent.
I feel elated to be the recipient of this monetary contribution donated by the Discover Dominica Authority through the Florida Tourism Association. Although I was not the overall winner, I must say thanks to the principal and staff of the Grand Forks Primary, my parents, Mr. Marcus Coffey, and my uncle Karim Samuel for their assistance. I am grateful for the opportunity I received since it helped me to expose my talent. I want to encourage everyone to bring a friend to the nature island of the Caribbean, Dominica, as we celebrate our 44th year of independence under the theme Partnering for Further Progress and Development.
Kathleen Coffey of the DDA encouraged other students to participate in next year's competition.
In the next year and the next years to come, we want to urge all of you students here to take part in it. It's a very educational process. It's about the environment, and we know what the environment does, right? We have to protect our environment to make sure that Dominica continues to be the nature island of the Caribbean. So if in case, next year that you all do very well, not only will you, the student, be awarded, but your school will also get a very big prize, and that's what we should be aiming at.
Principal of the Grand Forks Primary School, Hattie Leslie, is encouraged by the achievement of her student in the Art and Craft program.
We feel very happy that our school participated and our entry went to the finals. That in itself is a plus for us. At the Grand Forks Primary School, which is a child-friendly school, we promote all the skills that we can. And art and craft, drawing is one of them. We feel that we want the children to be well-rounded. And so today, we are happy that we can have this presentation done at our school, a sign that we are growing in terms of art and craft, which is part of the VPA, Visual Performing Arts. So at this time, I want to say thanks to FCCA and Discover Dominica for making this occasion possible.
15 countries participated in this year's competition. Barbados and Grenada won the first and second places in the competition.
Monetary services provider Big Edge Financial Express is celebrating 1 year of operations in Dominica. Big Edge Financial Express has been in existence since August 2nd, 2011. The company held a ceremony on Monday at its offices to mark that achievement. Minister for Sports and Youth Affairs, Honorable Justina Charles, said her ministry endorses such moves which encourage sound minds and healthy bodies.
We have often heard the saying, a sound mind exists in a healthy body. Through this scholarship, Big Edge Financial Express is encouraging our students to develop these sound minds through sports participation, as this scholarship will serve as an impetus to encourage our students to work diligently at both their sports and academic.
Executive Director of Big Edge Financial Express, Billy Doctrove, expressed gratitude to his valued customers. He said though customers have been impressed with the level of service so far, there is room for improvement and Big Edge intends to deliver more.
Big Edge is intended to assist the people of Dominica with short-term affordable loans, and the support we have received of the people during the past 12 months have been very encouraging, and we are indeed grateful to you.
Antonilia Doctrove, Managing Director of the company, echoed similar words of gratitude for the level of support received by faithful customers.
We have been extremely satisfied with the response of our customers so far. Our objective at Big Edge is to ensure that when customers depart our doors, they leave with an appreciative smile and they are eager to return to experience the Big Edge par excellence service that we have now become famous for. It speaks volumes for the company's public relations when our greatest advertising medium has been by word of mouth of our very satisfied customers. And we have a few of our customers here this morning, and I would really like to take this opportunity to thank you for your support.
The Managing Director told those present at the ceremony of the ways in which Big Edge Financial contributes to Dominica's economic development.
We specialize in offering short-term and emergency loans and free financial advice. Our entire loan process, if customers meet the requirements, can be as short as 1 hour. And I'm certain that some of our customers here can testify to that experience. There is no need for customers to leave and return the following day. By this time, they would have already utilized their funds for the intended purpose. We pride ourselves on offering quick, efficient, and friendly services second to none. Customers at Big Edge are always thrilled and thankful for the quick pace and professionalism at which their business has been conducted. Customers are provided with the additional incentive that if a loan is paid within 6 months of being granted, they enjoy a 50% rebate on their interest. And to crown it all, our lending rates are the best on offer compared to our competitors. We are now 1 year in existence, and we have decided to mark the occasion by giving back to our community in a very tangible way.
The announcement of the Billy Doctrove Sports Scholarship was the company's way of marking its 1-year anniversary and its way of saying thanks to the wider community. Taj Tavernier of the St. Mary's Academy is the first recipient of the scholarship, which is valued at $1,000. Sports coordinator Trevor Schillenford explained that the selection process was very thorough and transparent, and the award is well deserved.
We arrived at Taj Tavernier from the Sophia Primary School. Taj received grades 2 grade A's, a grade B, and a grade C at the National Assessment Exam. Taj represented his school at football, primary school football. He also went on to be selected to represent his district at the primary school football. He represented his school and his district at the primary school cricket championship. He went on to represent Dominica at the under 15 level in cricket, and he also represented Dominica at the under 13 level. This for us was a prime candidate to prove to all that you can indeed succeed academically and perform in sports.
I know my parents are very happy, and I am also very happy, and will try to do my best in school, both in my lessons and in my sports. I will study hard so everyone will be happy with my results at school. All the people at Big Edge have made me feel very happy and welcome. So I would like to say thank you all for giving me this opportunity, and may God bless you. Thank you very much.
Another gift from the company is a donation of $1,000 to the Children's Heart Fund. Big Edge Financial Express also made a few presentations to their earliest customers.
Moving along, the first item on the Independence calendar for this year was a day of prayer and Thanksgiving service for the island. And GIS News joined the Paybush Catholic Church last Sunday to commemorate the event. His Excellency President Eliud Williams was part of the festivities, along with members of Parliament and community residents. The service also served to honor the Feast of St. Matthew under the theme, "Come Celebrate with Our Church Community." Bishop of the Diocese of Roseau, His Lordship Gabriel Malzea, delivered the homily which focused on the life of St. Matthew, who was a tax collector and disciple of Jesus. The bishop spoke of the potential that Jesus sees in even the worst human.
Even when Matthew and the other disciples said yes to Jesus, their motives were not altogether pure. But like everything else, when Jesus calls forth a person, he sees one thing. Jesus sees in us, when he calls us to, he sees potential. He sees potential for good. And that is why Jesus calls. He sees the possibility that each one of us has for greatness. The question is always, how will we embrace that possibility that God is providing us?
As part of the service, offerings of local produce were presented to Bishop Malzea as sacrifices of thanksgiving to God. Parliamentary representative for the Paybush constituency, Honourable Matthew Walter, offered the Thanksgiving prayer on behalf of the country.
Almighty God and Father, our nation dedicates this day to you in thanksgiving, prayer, and reflection on the advances we have made under the mantle of your protection and through your divine providence. 34 years ago, you inspired our political leadership to conclude arrangements for leading our country into political independence. We burned with the expectation that this would lead our people to further progress and development. Through the guidance of your Spirit, we negotiated a constitution that, among other things, asserts your supremacy over our nation.
Next on the 2012 calendar of Independence events is the official opening ceremony of the season, scheduled for Saturday, September 29 at the Old Mill Cultural Centre from 5 p.m.
And 7 contestants have been chosen to represent various communities in the 2013 Miss Dominica pageant. The 7 young ladies were selected from a field of 12 at a DFC and the Carnival Queen Show Coordinating Committee organized activity at the Ark House of Culture last Saturday. Prior to being selected, the 12 contestants appeared in performing talent, swimwear, evening wear, and question and answer segment. The final 7 are Kelsha Breezy of St. Joseph, Leslasa Armour Shillingford of Castle Comfort, Fatima Noel of San Sever, Melinda Ulysses of Stock Farm, Nikisha Filbert of Loda, Dana Matthew of Canefield, and Jean Royer of Goodwill. The original 12 ladies were chosen from a field of 18 after being interviewed by a panel of judges earlier this month. The 7 finalists will now move on to the Miss Dominica pageant set for Friday, February 8, 2013. We now present you with a few highlights of Saturday's show.
What are the effects of the problem of male underachievement on our society?
Male underachievement has left us, the women, to play the head role in our schools, churches, and workplaces. Hence, this diminishes a role model to our young men, increasing our crime rates, drug abuse, and high unemployment rate in our community.
What would you say to a visitor in your efforts to promote Dominica as an ecotourism destination?
Dominica is the nature island of the Caribbean, and we have earned that title. One can come to Dominica and hike through our lush mountains to the second largest boiling lake in the world. We can swim in natural hot springs and sail just offshore our black sand beaches to witness our resident sperm whales. All nature enthusiasts, I am telling you, Dominica is the destination for you.
Name 2 persons who have made a positive impact on your life and explain how each have made that impact.
The 2 people who have made a positive impact in my life are my mother and my choir director, Pearl Christian. My mother, because to me, she is an icon of perseverance, and every day for her is an endeavor to do better than yesterday. And Auntie Pearl, because she has helped me to explore and develop my talents through choral music, and thus giving me the burst of confidence I have this evening.
The 7 young ladies will be officially presented to the Dominican public at the Lime Creole in the Park event next month. Pearl, what a very interesting show we had on the weekend on Saturday. Did you attend the show by any chance?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I was there. It's actually one of my favorite events for the carnival season. You know, as you know, I take part in it to do makeup and so forth. But I really love, you know, the fact that we have women who want to be ambassadors for our country, and that speaks volumes to, you know, the country on a whole and how we support our young women.
And I think too that it's a wonderful initiative by the Quincha Committee and the Dominica Festivals Commission to have such a pageant prior to the official Miss Dominica pageant, because what it does, it really sets the tone for what is to come, and then it gives people an opportunity to put their best foot forward to be selected for the final crop of girls going to be competing in the pageant.
I actually thought that idea was much better than how they operate in previous years, so absolutely. And it also gave the Dominican public a sense of involvement into what was happening, you know, and I know that they love to feel a part of what's going on. So, you know, I had a really good time. I laughed, you know, a lot. And I thought some of the talent was really great. I mean, we had Jean Royer on the saxophone. We had Les Lasser, Alma Shillingford doing ballet. I mean, these are things that we don't normally see. And then we had another young lady from St. Joseph who, you know, did her skit about the supermarket. And what she was saying was really true. You know, customer service needs to be tightened a bit more.
And I must say too that I was rather impressed with the way in which the young ladies handled the question and answer segment. You know, over the years we've had concerns about the young ladies' capabilities of responding to the questions posed to them, and this year I think they did brilliant. They did an excellent job. They prepared themselves sufficiently. I take it that they must have listened to the news. They kept you know, abreast with the current issues in the news. This is very, very useful, and I think with the assistance of their chaperones and all the other persons who are assisting them, they certainly gave a good account of themselves on Saturday night.
They absolutely did, and I love that government initiatives and what can government do, or what would you do in this case. Those questions were asked. You know, 2 years ago, we didn't even, some ladies didn't even know what feeder roads were, and this year that was one of the suggestions for government, you know. So I think they did really well.
Yes, yes. So we are looking forward to a fantastic show come February 8th.
Right, the mega show that they called it, the mega show.
And that's the English segment of the news. We now join Macpherson in St. Louis for the Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est Macpherson St. Louis. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominique a révisé la législation qui concerne aux zones l'air. Parole cela sortie au ministère environ Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow.
Nous avons draft legislation là. Et quand nous avons parlé de la législation, ça il y avait ce monde légal nous. Et tout à l'heure pour faire c'est réviser avec moi quoi. Joindre avec ces stakeholders là encore. Avec la mode des stakeholders là, moi parler contre monde qui a servi equipment, ok, qui a servi substances qui a déplété ozone layer. Ok, mais ça nous a ouais que à l'eau ces substances là, en partie ces substances là qui a affecté ozone layer, nous a posé ban ça. Ok, c'est un petit groupe encore nous a resté, nous a mettre la législation en place pour contrôler ces équipements qui a servi ces substances là. C'est pour nous en speechment autant me parler de customs avec tout ce monde ça yoni pour aboyer avec nous pour aider nous à forcer ces lois ça parce que c'est yo premier qui a c'est produit qui a rentrer à pays yoni pour c'est packaging là c'est équipement ni pour packaging pour dire ça c'est type équipement ça qui ça a servi et éviter ça so nous ni pour envier avec ces stakeholders là avec peut-être ni a lot consultation et pour mener le parlement pour passer.
En d'autres nouvelles, ambassadeur European Union pour Babad et puis Caraïbes, Valeriano Diaz, qui a fait parole qui relation EU et puis Caraïbes en l'année qui passée, était autant bon. Ambassadeur Diaz qui a quitté le travail, visité le pays la semaine passée pour dire on dédain. Pendant ici, il joint et puis Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt et puis président His Excellency Elwood Williams. Dominique en l'année qui passe, déjà tapé autant assistance de l'European Union. Ambassadeur Diaz remercie Dominique Mané de dépenser l'argent. Ambassadeur Diaz qui prend en position 9 en Bruxelles tout de suite. À notre nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominique qui paye l'argent pour étudiant Dinian John qui sortait à tête en examination A-level. Parole celle-là sortie au ministère de l'Éducation Honorable Peter Saint-Jean pendant qu'il a annoncé ces résultats la semaine passée.
Étudiants là qui trouvaient ça nous a créé Island Scholar, gouvernement Dominique qui payé pour toutes dépenses. Jeune moun sala qui pendant qu'il a éduqué Koy en université et nous pas qu'à déterminer qui sujet jeune moun sala qui fait c'est pour famille pour faire une détermination et gouvernement qui paye toutes ces dépenses là en ligne ça là.
Et puis finalement officier santé Nurse Juliana Commodore qui a créé à ce public là pour exercice Commodore fait parole cela pendant workshop ministre santé, te tient mettez attention à ceci and CDs, ça c'est malade de compissado et puis pressure.
Exercice c'est un bon bitin. Même ou pas ni ces maladies ça là nous ka parler a, c'est un bon bitin pour tout le monde. Il ka fait ou rester body fit, il ka quitter en shape. Il ka fait sans marcher tout organe encore. Exercice c'est un bon bitin, il ka fait autant bitin. Il ka quitter cycle la descendre, il ka mener cycle la descendre en moun qui ni diabetes, moun qui ni pressure, il ka stabilize pressure, il ka fait rester bas, fait pas obligé pour remède si normal. So exercice c'est un bon bitin pour tout le monde faire. Il ka tient nous en santé.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est toute mon nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non moins, c'est Macpherson St. Louis. Au revoir.
Up next is the tip of the day.
In today's tip, we'll discuss how you can live a positive life. Here are 2 ways to assist you on your journey to change. Alter your mental images, and by exploring and developing your mental representations, you can feel much better about yourself and life.
For example, if you're feeling resentful towards your partner, imagine him as a small child who needs a hug. If you feel threatened by a colleague, imagine her in a silly hat. If the weather's awful, imagine a sunny day.
One way to achieve long-term positivity is to ask why you are thinking negatively. Are you frightened of what might happen in life, scared of being cut off by friends, losing your job, splitting up with your partner?
The answer is to face the fear, imagining what you would do and how you would cope if these things happened. Once you're faced up to your worst fear, it will automatically feel less scary and you'll be more able to cope. And that's National Focus. As usual, we invite your suggestions or comments. Please feel free to drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm, or you could visit our website at news.gov.dm.
Or you could visit our GIS Dominica page on both YouTube and Facebook. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Fontaine.
And I am Tarnia Green. Thanks for watching.